you over.
This one good?
That's what you like?
Cool. Hey guys, never been in this room before. Cool. What's up? How we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So Mitch, just tell us what was the atmosphere like, and you getting the nod on this final farewell game right here.
It was awesome. I mean, the fans showed out as usual. Bills Mafia, the best fans. It was a fun night. We're just trying to stay focused on giving them a good show, executing well, and putting points on the board. The guys did a great job rallying all week, and we just really wanted to perform well one last time in the stadium for them. And the atmosphere was special. They started to play slow music at the end there. I had to get off the field. It was pretty cool. It was awesome.
And now, this is your second stint here, and this is the final game in this stadium. So, what are the emotions for you like? Just being.
I'm just grateful for this opportunity. All glory to God for giving us just this opportunity to play this game, bringing me and my family to Buffalo to experience these fans, these teammates in that locker room. It's just a special place to be, and you really don't understand it till you get here. And that's why I wanted to come back to be a part of something special and bigger than myself. So, just to go out there one more time, execute with the boys, have some fun, and put on a show. It was a fun night.
Mitch, what does it do for guys who don't normally get as much time to play to have a week like this to get reps before the playoffs?
For sure. I think it's huge for development and just overall confidence of the team. You see the next guy step in and perform well. A bunch of O-linemen played tonight, a bunch of guys on defense, wideouts, running backs mixing in. I think it just builds confidence throughout the team, and I just saw a lot of excitement for guys who knew they were getting the nod and getting called upon to just go even harder in practice, lock into the game plan, and really put a good performance out there for the squad.
Sean was pretty coy with us, at least, about who would be playing this week or how much you would be playing. When did you have a good sense of how much you would be playing today?
Pretty much like when I was taking all the reps in practice Wednesday and Thursday. I had a good idea of it, and I kind of knew that was how it was going to go. So I had a pretty good idea. They told me I was going to play a good bit. I thought it was smart what we did with Josh, allow him to rest, and I think it's important that he keeps that start streak going, which is pretty cool. And I just love being his teammate. And so I just figured out throughout the week how it kind of was going to go, and the coaches did a great job of communicating what that plan was going to look like.
What did you want to show on a personal level today?
Just that I could execute this offense and really just show my teammates that I can come in there and make plays for this offense and just run it. So I just wanted to lead the guys today and put on a good performance for the fans. And I thought it all started with preparation throughout the week. And really the guys just having confidence in me to go out there and let me play my game.
There's still 75% of the stadium still out there right now.
Yeah.
Can you put into words just what it was like to be a part of this game?
I think those last 3 victory kneels to end the game was probably the coolest victory kneels I've ever been a part of. The fans were going nuts. It's kind of just soaking it all in. I thought it was really cool, and you just can't duplicate that. You can't. There's just so many memories and everything wrapped into the stadium. I think it just means a lot to everybody involved, and it was good to go out the way we did tonight.
During the week you're preparing for the Jets, are you able to kind of look at some possible matchups with different playoff teams as well?
No, we were really just focused on the Jets and the game plan, the job at hand. So we're really just locked into that, and we'll find out who we play shortly, I'm sure, and when and where, and we'll go from there.
Not a sack, not a pressure. Just going to talk about, your center in 62 and how well he was out there.
Yeah, Sed did a great job of communication all week. He was locked in. We were excited to go. Me and him have a great connection, and it was great communication from blitz pickup to going through all the run game and everything. Those guys up front, they did a great job for me tonight. Kept me clean, and I couldn't be more thankful for them that they go out and perform the way they did, so I could just go back there and throw the ball. So I love those guys, and they played their tails off tonight.
The 22-yard pass to Reggie Gilliam, how fun was that to get him as a big play like
That was awesome. I mean, Reggie does so many things for this team, special teams, blocking, can run the ball, catch the ball. He's a special athlete, and it was nice to get him an explosive catch down the field. I heard the fans chanting for him in the red zone. We were trying to get him one, but when you got the fans chanting your name, the defense kind of knows what's coming a little bit. So he's just an incredible teammate, and whatever you ask him to do, he's going to go out there and give you 110%. He's a special player for this team.
Talk about that first touchdown, Dawson Knox. Maybe Dawson might take you out to dinner.
He might. We'll see about that. Yeah, it'd be a real nice steak.
The Jets have gone all season now without an interception. Was that something you knew going into this game and something you thought about at all?
Yeah, somebody said that throughout the week, and it was kind of like when a pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, you shouldn't mention that. And I was just like, man, you can't say that for the last one. But just wanted to go out there, protect the ball as always, be smart, find our playmakers, and just going back to the guys blocking up front, it just allowed me to go out there and find completions the way they were giving me time and protecting me.
Was it the red helmets?
Those are sweet, aren't they? It was something special about it. It's just the nostalgia, being in the stadium, looking like the old Bills. It was pretty sweet. So I was a big fan of them all week, looking at them, and it felt pretty special.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Can I drink this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Great. What was working for you today?
Just trusting in myself and believing in the scheme and, going out there and just taking an opportunity that I was given today, man. And, I just want to show everybody I am who I am. And, I deserve to be in the league and I have all the confidence in myself to go out there and play ball.
I also had a great game. You really like seeing, another one of your running back teammates have a great day.
Man, I love it. I love to be able to see the production from all of us, right? Jimbo setting the tone and setting the pace, and, then me and Ty just going out there and doing what we got to do, whether, we're running the ball, pass pro, catching, whatever it is, just being able to see the success that all three of us continue to have has been pretty fun. And we all feed off each other. We all communicate with each other, and that's the good thing. As soon as we come off the sideline, James is talking, Ty's talking, I'm talking, and we're just trying to continue to be the best group we can be.
What was it like being a part of this game, knowing that it's probably the last one here, knowing what it means to the fans?
It was special, to be able to see what it meant to just some of the guys. There's guys who've been there for a decade, Reed, and, there's guys who've been here for quite a year who put their blood, sweat, and tears on that field, right? So to be able to see the guys embrace it and to go out with a win and let the city of Buffalo feel special and know that this was a special one for them. It's pretty cool. I've been here for 2 years, so obviously it's been special throughout the 2 years that I've been here, but to know that I was able to play a little bit of small part on that field to bring some happiness, and hopefully everybody goes home and get drunk and just embrace it.
How about kind of, because of the score and what it was, did you get a chance to maybe take a second and really look around during the game when everybody was singing and everything?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, when Brightside came on, I think it was pretty fun, man. I was waiting for it, and they did it at the perfect time, but just see the fans, man. We've been through a lot. You look at the first game of the season, we came back, we fought, and we were able to win that game, and you just see the excitement from the fans, and you look at the last game of the season. So, I'm pretty sure they'll enjoy this for a while now.
What did you think of the red helmets?
Red helmets? They were cool. I think we have the best uniforms in the NFL. I think, what I'm saying, the old school, the mixture of the old school, mixture of the new school. So it was pretty cool to wear. I'm taking it, though.
What did you like about the way Mitch played today?
Man, Mitch is a dog. He almost threw for almost close to 300 yards or something like that, man. I mean, he was poised. He came in the pocket every time and just continued to tell us to keep our heads up and keep going and keep fighting, don't let up. And to be able to see his energy and how he played, and again, he stepped up to the plate and did what he had to do, and that's why we got Mitch, because he's going to step in and do what he has to do. All right, thank you. Have a great day.
last one, that's right. Okay, great to get a win. Real proud of the guys, real proud of the staff, the way they got the guys ready to go. Great environment, special environment. Really appreciate the fans showing up the way that they did and staying there the whole game. Just looking up in the stands from where I stood on the sideline, didn't look like many people left at all, which is not surprising, but very much appreciated. Want to thank the staff who worked to get the stadium ready. When you think about it, 18+ inches of snow and all the work that went into getting the stadium, number one, playable, and number two, safe for everyone who came to the game tonight. And can't thank everyone enough who chipped into that effort and gave their time and energy to get us ready to go here. So it means a lot to me and our team, and had a chance to get over here last night, met some of the workers, pretty special people, hearing their stories coming from all over Texas. One of the guys I met worked at Harvard and yet showed up as a Bills fan to help shovel the stadium out, which is pretty cool. Anyway, really appreciate that, and again, great to get a win. Now looking forward to getting ready for the playoffs here. So with that, I'll take your questions.
Sean, as the send-off goes, for what could be the last game here, the celebratory feel to that game with this, and to win the way you did, what did that mean to you?
Yeah, it was important. I said it last week at the beginning of the week, and this game was important to us as an organization. It was important to me as a coach. It was important to us as a staff, important to the players, and I really appreciate them taking it that way in their approach. And when you have, it was a delicate balance, as you guys saw, of hey, the health of some of the players, keeping other players managed in terms of their rep counts, and giving some young guys opportunities, and some new guys who have joined us opportunities to play, so we could see what they bring to the table. And so it was a little bit of a challenge during the week, but I thought the staff did a phenomenal job, as did the players, really focusing in on our standard and how we play, and it showed up on the field early. So I tip my cap to those guys and the way that they prepared and came out ready to play.
Did you have a chance to look back at the crowd?
Oh yeah.
They didn't leave. They didn't.
Yep.
They stayed through this game.
Yeah.
What was your feelings that way?
I mean, I felt a little guilty at times looking up into the stands. I'm supposed to be coaching, but I guess I haven't done that a lot, just because you're so focused trying to do your job. And but when we got to a spot where in the fourth quarter, after scoring and we were getting our kickoff team ready, just taking a second or two to look up into the stands, people singing Mr. Brightside, and I mean, come on, where else does that happen in the NFL, right? That type of togetherness, that type of fellowship, community, love, of their team and of each other, and I'll never forget it. Special moment.
A couple downsides, it looked like a crater, and
Yeah.
backs, do you know anything? And the back seems like it's a significant thing if you didn't let it kick it.
Yeah, it happens in the second quarter, so we started putting a plan into place, and then we got in at halftime, and we're told he can't go at all. So, yeah, we'll have to see what it looks like tomorrow. I'm sure they'll get some films of it, and we'll know a little bit more. But yeah, unfortunate.
What happened with Max? Looked like an ankle.
Yeah, a little bit of an ankle. Really would have preferred not to have one of he or Trey out there, but we were in a situation where we were out of ups and didn't have another corner to go to on the active, at that point. So I think Dane's practice squad, yeah. So we were out of practice squad ups. We had 2 already being used, and so it's unfortunate there. But we'll see where it goes here.
Were you aware at all about the Houston game and the possibility of, if they had lost, you could have gotten to the 5th seed? I mean, before the game.
Yep.
Were you at least paying attention or even wondering what was going on?
Oh yeah. I had it on in my locker. Yeah, I was aware. So, yeah.
How tough was the James Cook decision and kind of trying to get him the rushing title, but he's such a key part of what you want to do going forward.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if he got hurt, you know, people would probably not let me walk. They'd make me walk home or burn my car. I don't know, you know, but that's the, you know, that was part of the give and take of the week of, okay, how long do we go? I gave him a quarter. As I told Joe during the week, I was like, all right, he's going to have a quarter and no more. And then after, as I got closer and closer to the game, I'm like, nah, quarter's too much. So I'm probably not a great gambler in the casinos, but it helped when we knew what Jonathan Taylor in the afternoon he had. But we also wanted to know where, in terms of tonight's game, where that could go, and felt like it was. I still pray that, you know, he wins it. He deserves it. Felt like we could get him to, you know, 150, somewhere in 150 in terms of the spread between him and Derrick Henry, and we'll see. Did the best we could and trying to be fair to James, and yet take care and fair to the team as well. So.
Sean, what's the transition like mentally for you, going from this, you know, this celebration, as you said, and understanding what it meant to the fans community, and where your head was with that, knowing coming up next is the be-all, end-all playoffs.
Yep.
So how have you transitioned?
Already there. You know, honestly, already there, Vic. That's what we do. That's who I am in terms of. My wife would tell you I'm pretty good at compartmentalizing things. So, yeah, that's where my head is already right now. Is ready to put in the work to get ourselves ready to go to play our best football. That's what this time of year. That's what it takes. You can't beat yourself. You got to play good, solid football, and you know, we'll have a big challenge ahead of us here.
Talk about a lot of last times at this stadium. I know, like, I hear people saying last time in the locker room, I've heard some of that talk. Is it possible you use this, I mean, for the practice and stuff? Did you guys still, when you play outside, would you practice in the stadium ever?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. My mind is.
Not for Jacksonville, but.
Yeah, no, my mind is not there right now. It's a interesting thought, Tim. So possibly, I don't know. I mean, my mind is focused on putting in the work for this next game here. So.
Sean, is the hat an ode to Mark?
Yes. Yeah.
What'd you have
Appreciate Jeff Mazurek, our equipment guy, and his staff do a great job. And it was in my locker. Jeff shot me a picture of it last night, and it was pretty cool, you know. So I want to make sure I honor Coach Levy. He's been great to me. What a class act. Everybody knows, you know, all Buffalonians and Bills fans know him. And it's really special when, and I think I've said this before, when a coach who is a true legend is also a class act and has been very, very generous to me, has shared, you know, wisdom with me over the years. His family's embraced me and my family, and I hold him in high regard, and his entire family are just true class people.
Why was it important to get Dalton Kincaid some action?
Well, he hadn't played in a little bit and had been kind of, you know, practicing, not practicing. You guys are aware. We talk about that almost every day. So I thought it was important that we got him going a little bit, but not too much to where he was too sore to come back and practice this past week. So just some momentum, some wind at his back a little bit here. I thought that was important for him. And he did a good job. Loved him. Yeah, loved him. Yeah.
See him again?
Will we see them again? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. That's probably a question for ownership. I don't know.
Did you get a chance at any point this weekend to hang out with some of the, the guys who were here?
I saw Jim in Anthony Brown's pharmacy on Friday night. You think I'm lying? I did. I was picking up something, and I hear Jim's voice at the cash. This is a true story. Cash register, and it's like 6 o'clock on Friday evening, and I walk up, and Jim was there, and so we shared a couple minutes of a conversation, and it was good to see him. And then I see Steve every day, and then I saw Andre before the game, met his son, and so, I mean, it's really special that those guys are all, you know, most of them are around quite a bit, and but in the community, and they're awesome. They've been so supportive of us, what we do, how we do things, and appreciative of the way we go about handling things. So it's been great. It's been a great partnership.
Coach, how can you reflect on your first game here as head coach to this final one here at Heinz?
Probably a little less hair, maybe, than I had then. The way I remember it was a full head of hair back then. I don't know what you guys saw, but that was a joke.
I got something.
That was a joke. Yeah. No, I mean, it's, you know, what 9 seasons does to you, what the lessons you learn as a coach, but also the lessons you learn as a man, the way you develop gratitude, the way I've developed gratitude for so many things over the years, and maybe that's just the journey of life, right? And even tonight, like, you know, taking the time, like I said I did, to maybe get outside of my job for a second to appreciate and take in the moments of watching the fans. Doesn't happen, you know, everywhere, or that's a once in a lifetime. Like I said, that's not coach speak. It's, you don't get an opportunity like that a lot, especially when you're down the sideline trying to do a good job. So yeah, and you just learn over the years, and you appreciate things, I think, more and more, because life moves fast.
Sean, last one. As you kind of turn now, you mentioned already being kind of in play as the 6th seed. Is there a mentality that you have to kind of cultivate this week to prepare for what you guys have set out to try to do on the road the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, we're going to have to be a tough football team. That's where it starts, and you can't beat yourself. So there's more to it than that, but you know, it's an important week for us here, obviously, and we've got a lot of work to do, and got to check the injury report because we got some injuries popped up again here. So I think that's the first step to know who's available for us. That'll be a first thing tomorrow morning, item on the to-do list here. All right, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thanks, Sean. Yep.